Hey there. Today I'm going to talk about something a little bit different. So it's going to be a shorter video and we're going to talk about meal planning. So it has more to do with your personal life than directly related to your business. But when your personal life runs streamlined and more efficiently, it does create more margin, just like when your business is running efficiently also. So it's my meal planning checklist and it makes planning your meals and grocery shopping super simple and easy. It takes a little bit on work on the front end, just like most things, but then it all just runs so easy. It's easy to use. You can use it lots of different ways. So we're just going to dive right in. So this is the checklist. I print this out every single week and I write on it myself. That's just how I like to do it. I do have a PDF, like fillable, version that you could do online if you liked that way, but I like to print it out. So pretty self-explanatory, but I'll run through it really quick. In the teal boxes, I write the meal that I'm going to do. I get a lot of my meals from Pinterest. I have a recipe box full of meals and recipes. There's a lot of things that I just kind of know, obviously, what to make. If I'm going to make spaghetti, I know what I need for that. I don't have a recipe list for that, but I know what's in it. So I go through and I write whatever meals I'm going to do for the week. You notice there's 5 of them on here. That leaves us room to have a night of leftovers or if there's a night to go out. And so this will cover us for a week. And you can do this for all 3 meals in a day. If you want to plan out breakfast, lunch, and dinner, you can have one for breakfast, one for lunch, one for dinner. So you can use it lots of different ways. Then in the ingredient list, I write out every single ingredient that's in it. I usually don't include water if that's in it, but pretty much everything else, salt and pepper, all the spices, even whatever sides I'm doing with it, I will put that in there. And once I have the list, the ingredients all written out, I go through my pantry, my fridge, my freezer, and I check off all the things that I have. If I only have enough to get me through like this one meal, I will generally not check it off because I'll probably want to get it and replace that from my pantry. Once I have that checked off, then whatever is left, I add that to my grocery list. Super easy. The grocery list I use is actually called Our Grocery. I was just checking what it was called. It's an app on my phone, and I actually have mine organized by aisles at the grocery store. I only shop at basically 3 different stores. And so I have, and there's specific things I get at those stores. And so I have it organized. So when I walk in, I can go in the entrance, make a loop. I'm not zigzagging all over the place. And so getting that set up the first time, you want to take a time where you can be by yourself. You're not in a hurry because it does take a little bit to kind of edit that. But I just edit what they call categories. I just change them to the aisle names. I do leave like produce and meat, like that is. But I add the items as I'm shopping and I make sure they're in that aisle as their category. And then I just go through, and when I shop, it's super easy. So as I add it to my grocery list, I check it off the ingredient list. Then I will decide what days of the week I'm having those meals. So I do fill that part in at the top last. Depending on what we have going on that week, I obviously will make a plan for leftovers. If I know there's some big meals, lasagna, we're always going to have leftovers of that. So I know, in 2 days, we're probably going to want to have that again. Then I just have a dry erase board in my kitchen and I write the meals on there. So every morning I know if I need to get meat out, what do I need to defrost? If for some reason something triggers in my brain that we used up something that I thought we had enough of, I can either go and get that or I can make a change. And it's dry erase, so I can switch it out really easy. If we change our mind and we get a last minute invite to go out to dinner and I had planned to do something, I can just switch that out, move it to a different day, or just do it a different day next week. Most of the stuff, unless it has something super perishable, it's going to hang on for 3 or 4 days. And so I can move it to the next week. So that's the meal planning checklist. I use this, like I said, every single week, and it keeps things nice and streamlined. I never have to wonder what's for dinner because I plan this out at the beginning of the week. I do all my shopping. I do weekly shopping, but you can print out multiple of them if you want to do like a big, massive grocery shopping trip and do for the full month. And so print out 4 of them, and that's going to give you 4 weeks of meals, or do 3 of them because that's going to leave you, leftovers and lots of variables and things like that. So if this is helpful and if it seems like something you want, you can download it. Here, use this link. I'll also put it in the description. You can download it, and I will have the fillable one there so that you can either just print it as is or you can fill it out online and have that, if you want a digital copy of it, it'll be in a PDF. So I hope this was helpful. If you're really liking all these tips and tricks that I have, of course, give me the subscribe, hit the like, and we will see you next time.